watching Let's Chat.
Parents, grandparents, anyone who has an interest in Hamilton County public education, and we all should. Something coming up next Thursday that you need to be aware of. Dr. Brian Johnson, who is the superintendent for Hamilton County Schools, joining us.
Good to see you
again, Dr.
Good
Johnson.
To see you.
Big thing coming up next Thursday, and this is the second annual State of the System Address. Yeah. This is your baby.
Well,
can you tell us what topics you're going to be covering?
Absolutely. So we think it's really important on a yearly basis and really throughout the year to share and update the community on what we've accomplished and where we still have areas of challenge. And so this is just an opportunity for us to share with the public the great work that's transpired in the system, but also where we're headed to next. And so transparency and openness has been two areas of importance for our school board, and this affords us the opportunity to share.
Is this going to be I know you have certain points and a presentation you have to make. Following that, is there going to be an opportunity for give and take, answering questions from the audience?
Yeah, so we have been throughout the system over the course of the last couple of months, really internally having a lot of feedback sessions. We'll start in February with community meetings where it's strictly give and take, and so this is kind of the launch point for those conversations as we head into budget season.
Can you give me an idea of what the priorities are as Hamilton County moves forward?
Absolutely. So our board codified a strategic plan about 5 years ago, about 2 years ago, a 5-year strategic plan. And within that plan, there's 5 areas of action: accelerated student achievement, future-ready students, great teachers and leaders, an engaged community, and efficient and effective operations. And so we hold true to those 5 areas. We report on those areas on a monthly basis. And in a culminating way, we want to share with the community where we are.
It seems like you're hearing a lot in recent months about the physical conditions that some of the county education facilities are in. Yeah. Tell us where we stand on that.
Absolutely. So Hamilton County Schools operates about 7.5 million square feet. The average building age is about 40 years old. Traditionally speaking, over the last couple of decades, the county has spent about $3 million in deferred maintenance.
Now, when you say deferred maintenance...
So that's roofs, HVAC, paint, floors, doors, everything, really internal primarily. You know, national standard would say we should be spending somewhere between $20 and $25 million a year. And so on top of that, we've got growth in a few specific communities, particularly downtown, the whole core, the Ottawa area, and East Brainerd. And so every time there's been an influx of resources, we've built new schools in the growth communities and haven't really had an opportunity to address the significant deferred maintenance, such as roofs, HVACs, floors, doors, windows, throughout our school district.
When you and I were talking earlier today, we discussed how if you live in the same house for 40 years, you have got a certain degree of wear and tear, and that's with 2 or 3 people, 4 people living in the house. Some of these buildings that are 40 years old, you've got hundreds, if not thousands, of people running through them every day. So the maintenance on this has got to be a pretty big nut.
So it's significant. When we broke that $3 million number down, it's, if you look at about a 2,000 square foot home, it's the average of spending about $800 on a 2,000 square foot home. And you know, most Americans that own a home, you spend more than $800 to keep your home up on a yearly basis. And so over years, that's just compounded. And to your point, we literally have thousands of students in and out of our school buildings every single day, and the upkeep that's necessary to make sure you maintain a learning environment where students are prepared for the 21st century.
Are the students going to have a chance to participate in this State of the System Address?
Absolutely. So our students will be highlighted and spotlighted really throughout. In particular, at the beginning, there will be several exhibits, so to speak, set up where they're showcasing their talents. And throughout the presentation, you know, it's all about children. It's all about the work that is taking place within our schools, and so that'll be the focus of the day.
If you had to identify one critical item that needs to be addressed over the next 12 months, what would it be?
So I would say 2. One is compensation for our teachers, our employees in general. As the economy has done well, we've got to continue to keep that top of mind. And then secondly, really codifying a plan, a phased plan, and determining in regards to facilities, and then hopefully determining a path forward for funding. I
would think a lot of people who are in touch with your office tend to harp on the, how should we say, the challenges that we have instead of acknowledging some of the really great things that have happened in the county schools since you took over the reins. We'll have to leave it there. Again, if you want to talk with Dr. Brian Johnson, the State of the System Address is coming up a week from this Thursday.
That's correct.
It's going to be right around the corner here at Howard School. If you'd like to find out more, go to hcde.org, hcde.org. Dr. Brian Johnson, thank you.
Thank you.
A pleasure as always. Stick around. We have much more of Let's Chat coming up right after this.